St. Louis Art Fair 2019. My neighbor, Lisa Kattenbraker.
Get that right.
Not right at all.
Say
Do
it again.
You say it.
Kattenbraker.
Get back here.
Getting back here. Kattenbraker.
There you go. I knew. I was just testing you.
Yeah.
And a guest appearance by Scott of the same name, which I'm not going to butcher again.
Thank you. Want to try it again?
No.
No.
But great neighbor, and what's really interesting about you is this is the second time in 3 weeks you've been my neighbor.
2?
You were my neighbor
3
in
weeks.
Bend,
You're just-
in Bend,
you're right.
Oregon, 2 weeks ago.
Is that the...
And here we are in St. Louis, Missouri, or Clayton, Missouri, actually. And you're in the middle of taking down.
No, I sold everything.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
I thought you were taking down, but I was wrong. It's batik. Batik.
I know I didn't sell everything.
just for some of the unenlightened, brief us on what batik is.
Brief. Scott,
Yeah.
would you come and demonstrate with me, please?
Come on.
Okay.
This is your job.
Okay, we start with the lightest color. We use a shunting tool.
Okay.
I don't do it. She does it. Start with the lightest color, and it's flat. It's laid flat.
This is going to take the whole 7 minutes.
Come on.
You go ahead.
Keep going.
White fabric. I'm putting wax where I want to preserve the color of the fabric. I dye it light to dark. Once the light color is on and dries, I have to put wax where I want that color to stay. I use a tool that looks a little bit like this and scoop up wax, and the wax comes out liquid, hot, out of the spout. And that's how I'm preserving color. So instead of painting color on, I'm putting wax on top of color to keep color there. Everything that's open takes the next color dye.
Many
Wax
different
over
kinds
that.
of wax, or is it beeswax,
It's
paraffin?
mostly beeswax, a little bit of paraffin, depending on what I want the piece to do. The paraffin does different things than the beeswax.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And is this something that you learned in art school, or you've been doing like all your life, or most of your life, or coming out of the womb doing it?
Coming out of the womb. Somebody did say that.
Somebody did say that
I'm
earlier.
I learned it in high school when I was 15.
Okay.
And then was really pretty much self-taught. So should I tell you how many years ago that was?
You don't have to.
Over 25. We'll just go there. Yeah, it's been a long time.
You got a kind of a consistent subject matter going here. Is that an evolving thing?
It is. It's always an evolving thing.
Well, I
And
would hope so.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Scott just fell over.
when the people
Yes.
started showing up in the pictures, they were actually stick people, just totally stick people, like real skinny, like
Okay.
you would draw.
Yeah, yeah.
And that has changed over time because my daughter insisted that they have clothes. She did not want to see naked
stick people. But
and
prior to the naked stick people, it was things in nature or landscape.
yeah, prior to the naked stick people, what was it? I mean, there was some abstract stuff, a lot of practicing designs, a lot of pattern practicing. A lot of different
It was just
things.
different.
It was just different, yeah.
So have there
There's some
been
abstract stuff, yeah.
has different artists? It's different. Some it's a very smooth evolution, and others it's by leaps and bounds and stops and hitches. Do you have very distinct stages in your career, or has it been a pretty smooth thing from your perspective?
I think it's been a pretty smooth thing. I would, I can't think of any like big hitch that has made everything change drastically.
Any
over the
really,
last 15 years?
Any
I
real
would say.
flops?
Like,
Because let me tell you,
no,
I've had
not at all. I don't do that.
One of them over there.
I mean,
because we learn from those
I have
too.
a box of flops. I call them
box of flops.
I'm gonna call them box of flops. I think it's called like unfinished,
Okay.
never to be finished. Really don't look at this, but I do take them out once in a while and look at them and think, I can see where the idea was good, just the execution of it not so great. Yeah.
Okay.
I keep a lot of the flops because it is good to learn from.
There are some people that won't admit to their mistakes. We're not one
No,
among them, though.
I mean this
That's
is
good.
like a especially this medium is such a learning curve medium, so there's a lot of mistakes for.
Well, and it's I was
good
just
number of
visiting.
years.
I can't remember who I was just visiting with, but we were talking about mistakes leading to some of our best innovations.
Yeah.
You know, it's like making the most out of it and moving on.
Yeah, the mistakes and also the little things that you don't really think you're gonna, like things that you don't make to sell, just like something you just want to practice and maybe take your mind off of the work that you have to do to sell.
Sure.
I like those pieces. They're ones that are usually surprising and then end up turning into something else.
As far as the way that you and I sell, first of all, do you do gallery representation or do you sell pretty much direct?
I just pretty much sell direct.
And that's
yeah,
the way I go too.
I don't have enough time to make enough work to do galleries and sell to people that want it directly from me.
That's where
it's a good problem to have. Yeah.
Yeah, I can only make so much of it.
And I like that. I usually like talking to people.
I do too.
Yeah.
I like telling my story, and I think that's part of what they're buying.
Yeah.
as well.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of story that happens.
And I will say that one of my favorite aspects of selling on the street at art fairs or indoor venues, whatever the case may be, is my fellow artists. I mean, it's really great. It's
the
a
best.
riot. I mean,
and
it's
like it's family.
It is.
It is always like a family reunion.
I
Every
love
time
being
we
able to
set
go
up.
anywhere in the country and just hang out with some of my buddies.
Yeah.
And every now and then I get a terrific neighbor.
Well, and it's super fun
And
to
I
have
got a job.
seen.
I got a job with you.
Yeah, that's right. That's a story for another day.
Okay.
It's really fun to have seen your name and your work in other places, and then to be set up next to you and be pleasantly surprised
That I'm not
at
just a
both you
total
and
jerk.
Cindy.
Oh.
I didn't know anything. So it was like, what a pleasant surprise to be set up next to you, and you guys are really nice.
Well, it has been a treat, and thank you so much for being my neighbor. Well, we got to get a good shot.
Okay.
Well, that's a
Oh, wait,
good shot
hold
of my
on.
face there.
Ready?
Oh,
How can you
there.
tell?
I can't. This is just all.
It
It's
looks
all
good.
good.
You got it. It's looking good.
Aw,
Okay.
super fun.
Thank you, guys.